How is everybody? I'm back in the saddle. I want to put this up on here. Make sure that I'm on me. My no, view my channel. How is everybody doing? Okay, let me see if I got sound. Check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check. Okay, I got sound. Well, guys, I'm back. I got the back surgery. I think it was a success. I absolutely am stoked. I mean, the recovery is a little bit rough. The surgery, it was a little bit rough. I'm still not at the shower level yet, so it's all sponge bath and all that. But I'm back. And my back, it hurts. But what was targeted was a sciatica on the right side. Whoops, I don't want to hit my mic. The target was sciatica on the right, going down the right leg. And so far, because it was constant on, the sciatica was constant on. Only now it's off and on. And how it went on this is the second surgery putting in a little spacer thing. And how it went on the left side was I had sciatica on both sides, nearly in a wheelchair. So it's on 3 levels of my spine where the discs are toast. But to take the pressure off of the disc, we put it. They suggested either a TENS unit where they wire you up and shock your spine or your nerve so that it confuses the signal into your brain and you don't feel it as pain. I really didn't want to be wired. So I went with the next option was the spacer, and they call it an in-span, and it connects to the spine and it keeps the spine from crushing down on the disc anymore, which pinches the nerve, which causes sciatica. So the first one was at the lowest level, L4 or S1, L5. I don't know, but it was the lowest level, the last bottom disc, and that one targeted the left side sciatica. And when it went in, I haven't had sciatica on the left side since that went in. But only it was the same way. The nerve has been pinched down so long that it doesn't recognize, it's still like has to heal a little bit. So you have the sciatica and it's off and in, off and on, off and on. That's what's happening with the right side now. So the next level up, another in-span to keep the spinal cord from smashing down on the disc. And now the sciatica is off and on, which I'm stoked because that means I might not have a sciatica on at all, right? Any side. Now on this one, he ran into a little bit of problems on getting it in there, so he had to make 2 different incisions, which hurts. The actual incision sites hurt still, and I can't take a shower yet, so it's sponge bath. So I'm not going to shave, and I shave in the shower. I don't even look in the mirror when I shave. I shave in the shower. So no shaving until I can actually take a shower, So no bending to 90 degrees for 3 months, 90 days. No shower for at least 2 more weeks. But I went in, everything's healing. I went in a couple days ago, everything's healing just fine. The sciatica is going off and on. I'm hoping, actually, I'm banking on it being gone, completely gone. And this spring and summer doing some serious, well, not real serious, but way more than I've ever done in the last 20 years, is some hiking and enjoying the outdoors, doing some investigating. Or I get, I'm not a pro Bigfoot guy or anything like that, but I enjoy going out there and going to our areas where we know they are, and getting back out there, and this time being able to actually go walking around out in the areas. And I am so looking forward to that, besides just plain old camping and stuff like that. So I'm stoked. I'm back in the saddle, so to speak, and loving life. All I got to do now is get healed up past this surgery part. I shouldn't be leaning over. That kind of hurts a little bit. And I don't know how long I can sit here, but I wanted to go live and tell everybody, hey, yay, double thumbs up, yay. I'm celebrating. I've been celebrating every day. I guess, it's a good day when you wake up on this side of the grass, right? Because really, I shouldn't even be here. So, even with sciatica, I shouldn't even be here. But to be able to improve all the way back to semi how I was before I started this big, descent into not being able to walk and not being able to do all these things. I'm kind of like stoked, really excited that maybe my life might be a little bit different. Another chapter, right? So you start off and you're young and you're working your way up the corporate ladder. You attain your goal and you hold it for a few years, and then all of a sudden the rug gets pulled out from under you and you start a whole nother chapter in your life, in and out of a wheelchair, walking with a cane, but at the same time meeting a whole bunch of new friends, finding Bigfoot areas, doing great adventures, but not really able to enjoy it because you can't walk very well. And now here's another whole nother maybe chapter where you get to hang out with all those friends that you made in this last chapter, and now this new chapter is be able to actually go out with them and hike around more than you ever have, enjoying the great outdoors and everything it has to offer. So like chapter 3 is, I'm looking forward to, completely looking forward to it. But I just wanted to get on here and tell everybody, share with you that I think it's a success, and I'm so stoked, about it. So while I'm recouping or healing, getting back into the world, one of the things I started doing was sitting here like a few minutes at a time and tooling up some leather. And the first thing I did was this. And it's just, I'm going to make a camera bag, and this is going to be the strap for it. I don't know if you can see that very well, but this is the strap. And this is like at least like 5 or 10 minutes at a time of tooling and carving. And I don't know how long it is, but it's just practice, and it's just to keep my mind off the pain and stuff. And then after I finished that one, I did another one, only this time the acorn and oak leaf pattern. And I was able to sit for 15 or 20 minutes. And then yesterday I did this one in a complete run. It's the acorn and oak leaf pattern. So I'm keeping myself busy with using scrap leather and putting some patterns on it and tooling it out and then finishing it like it's actually going to be something. I did make a knife sheath for a friend. I had a knife that I had bought and pretty pretty reasonable price, and he did some work for me that I can't do. So I don't have a lot of money. So and he was just gonna do it, and he donated the materials and his time and his expertise in putting together a above the ground garden box, I think it's 4 by 8 by about 2 feet tall, and we're gonna grow vegetables and stuff like that. So I can't do it, but friends and family are getting it all prepared for me. I'm actually thinking about doing a worm farm now that I can do things. I'm thinking about starting up a worm farm again, and I'm kind of excited about that because that'll help. Like, I don't have any money, but the worm castings, the little poops, those things sell like crazy. Like, once you get established and you're able to, you know, feed them and take care of them, and they start producing a lot of castings out of garbage, waste, organic matter that they eat, grass clippings, banana peels, vegetable scraps, horse manure. You can go out to horse ranches where they have stalls where they clean the stalls, and they'll give you horse manure all day long for free, and you bring it and feed those worms, and they turn it into something you can sell. That's 4 times better than any fertilizer in the world. Totally organic. It doesn't burn your plants. You can't like some fertilizers, if you put too much, it burns the plant. With the worm castings, it's nature. It's how the earth and Mother Nature works to feed the plants, break down matter, turn it into a fertilizer that the plants readily know what to do with, and it won't burn the plant. You could grow it straight in this stuff. A little bug messing with me. So I think I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to document that on my channel, how to start the worm farm, and from there, show how we go with it and what we do with it, and how to use it, how to harvest the castings out of it, what to do with extra worms. Those can be sold for bait. All kinds of things. You can put them in your garden. So I'm going to show. I'm going to be, soon as, like, probably in about 2 months. Let's see, what's February, March, April, somewhere around May, I'll start doing that, and I'm going to start documenting that. And I won't be doing it live. I'll be recording it. But I'm going to start putting out videos on earthworm, raising earthworms. It'll be my little herd, instead of cows, I'm going to have earthworms. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I've been thinking about this for a while, and it's something I really enjoy. It's something good for the earth. I think a lot of people should do it because it reduces what goes in the landfill and turns it into something that everybody would love. I guess it's a beautiful day out here. It's going to be 73 or 74 today. So everybody's out and about. So you might see people walking around behind me and talking to me and laughing at me. Say hi.
Hi. Bye.
So man, what a beautiful day. Everything's going great. Got lots of plans. And starting today, I'll be doing a live more regular. I can't say like real regular, but I'm going to try to get back to, like, at least every day or so on a live, and then I'm going to start putting up recorded stuff. Another thing that I'm going to do in recording is I want to do some steps on tooling and making things, because I think a lot of people, this is another thing that I think is good for the environment. It's something that doesn't go in the landfill again. These leather comes from the cattle industry. A lot of people say, "Oh, you don't kill cows for don't kill cows, right?" But only they already do. They do it for the meat, roasts, hamburger. So they're already doing that. But then the byproduct of that is the hides. And the more people that get into using the cow hides for making things, and I mean there's a myriad of things, the better it is, because then that takes that out of going into the landfill as well. Plus it's fun. At least I find it being fun. So I'm gonna start putting up like how-to kind of videos on ideas like knife sheaths and belts, and how to tool them, how to put them together. Hey Digger, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? I'm doing really well. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I'm really excited. I'm trying. My wife has to pull the reins on me all the time because I'm so stoked. I want to get like back to normal, but I really have to heal. And it's hard for. This is the hardest part for me. Usually is that period where you can't do anything, you can't lift anything, you can't bend, you can't take a shower, you can't. There's a can't. I hate those things. I'm the guy that don't tell me you can't, because I will. Really, that is interesting. See, like when I get back, I'll be able to go out looking for that stuff. I can't wait. I always would wait for people to bring pictures and videos so that I could see it, even on our own areas. Unless it was really close to camp and it wasn't a difficult hike, I couldn't go. So I always was seeing everything vicariously through the lens, so to speak. I can't wait to put boots on the ground and actually eyeball these things in person, actually see what I'm doing. 2.5 hour hike. Wow, where at? Like what you don't have to say the exact. You can just say like northern Wisconsin or whatever, whatever, Idaho or where. I can't remember where everybody is. I have a really bad memory. In fact, I know everybody's names, but I can't recall what everybody's name is. I know everybody by their little handle, their YouTube handle, which sucks. But I know a lot of people know me the same way. They probably don't know my name. They just call me Squatch, right? And so, but I'm looking forward to that. Getting out there, something I really missed was being able to actually hike around. Adolf and I would go out to rivers and stuff, and I would hike as much as I could, flat, even ground, right? Anything getting more than flat, even ground, and I was having a difficult time. But I did get out and hike and walk around, but just not to the level of how I see I guess my desire to do. Hence, back surgeries. If I didn't have that desire to get out there and hike around with everybody and enjoy the outdoors, I probably would be more a couch potato, and just lay around and woe is me. Oh, I'm just so, I'm not that. I'm not that. I'm more like pushing the envelope all the time, pedal to the metal, how far can I go? Can I get further the next time? Right? I'm that guy. And I it makes my wife a little bit angry because I'm already pushing it. I'm trying to do things like I tried our bathroom sink clogged. So I busted out the stuff, I'm trying to clean the sink, get it, and I got it running. It was flowing like, yay, it's draining. What I didn't realize was I knocked the P trap off under the sink. So I made a big old mess. It went out on all over the floor. Hey, Daytona, brother. Thank you for your videos, man. I love, I always love them, but now that I'm like trying to figure it out and get healed, I've been enjoying that. Right on, brother. That is how you stay alive, I think. I think if you when you roll over and say that's it, I'm done, I don't think you have much time left on the earth. I think everything goes south after that. And especially enjoying life. Do everything to the best of your ability. Push, don't kill yourself, but push the boundaries a little bit, and see once you find out your boundaries, then you can bump those boundaries every so often without killing yourself. But you'll also be healthier. You'll be when you quit, that's when everything starts dwindling. Your muscles dwindle, your everything goes away, and probably so will life. You'll be quicker to be under the grass. So waking up on this side of the grass is a good thing. Pushing yourself a little bit is a good thing. But enjoying life to the fullest is the main thing. And like I watched Daytona combing the beach, and finding these things.
Is this water?
Yeah, that's water, just pure water. I got to fill it up again, but
All right, I just want to spray these cold.
okay. So yeah, man, I'm amazed at your metal detector. It is amazing finding these little teeny tiny pieces. Just it blows me away. I'm starting to figure out the numbers too. It's taken me a while with this machine because it has like a range for quarters and gold and aluminum, and I guess it doesn't pick up. Yeah, I guess it aluminum, huh? Like foil. Foil's the gold number. But yeah, loving it. I've been spending a lot of time watching videos and researching, online researching. One of the things I watched this guy in Canada, and he never says he doesn't promote anybody's channel. I'm not going to promote his channel. I'm not going to say his channel name just because he doesn't do that. But I love the stories coming from the people, the reading the emails. That is something when I started my channel, that's something I wanted to do, is share everybody's stories, but I didn't know how to do it. And I always thought of it as trying to get people to come on and talk about, share. And a lot of people don't want to be on video. They don't even want to be recorded audio even. So I found that difficult to find people that would share. But the email thing, that was a good idea. It's excellent. And I know that some of the stories are made up, but I would bet most of them aren't. And one of the things that I realized, listening to these stories, it validates a lot of things that I found over the years in my own pursuit to figure out these people. And I always called them people. When I first saw the first Bigfoot, the first thing that always what I told everybody, it's a man. It was a man. For 40 minutes of watching it, it was a man. Until I got close enough and light enough as morning, progressed, and it got light enough. I realized it wasn't a man. I'll say his name, Steve Isdall, How to Hunt. I don't mind if I promote other people. That's being childish, I think. I don't understand that thinking. He's got a good thing going on. In fact, so good that hundreds of thousands of viewers and stuff. I don't do anything for the views. I don't do anything for the views really. I really don't care. Kind of like him, he doesn't care either. But I never did. My most of what I always wanted to do is share what I learned to make people aware they're out there. We are not the top predator in the world. We think we are, but these things, they have abilities that we don't even all know exactly all of them. And they actually are the master top predator out there. And over the years, I found not only did I not have to drive 3 hours into the wilderness to where I first saw them, over the years, I found they're right in my backyard. I could drive 20 minutes or 10 minutes and be right in the middle of them. And that made, when I started finding that, and they were in cities like Reedley, like about 8 years ago, we figured out they were following the rivers into our valley, Central Valley, out of the Sierras. There's rivers everywhere here. We got the Kings River. I live in between the Kings River and the San Joaquin River, two big rivers. They're up and down those two rivers, and I don't know how long now. Probably always. The first interview, Into the Fray. Yeah, I do. Into the Fray, is that where I find it? Is that find it Into the Fray? I would love to hear that. In fact, spread the word. I have more time than Mr. Isdall. And if you guys want to share your emails, your experiences and your encounters and your thoughts on these people, UFOs, Dogman, shadow beings, you name it, Bigfoot, I'm open. I will read those. I'll do it daily, and I'll sit and read them for 3 hours if I have to. Okay, cool. So if you're looking to wanting to share your story, just email me at Allen, ALLEN 59 Thomas at gmail.com. And I guess one day I'll have to make a if this goes anywhere. I'm not doing it for views. Seriously, everyone needs to know these are real. And the only way, and I agree with Mr. Isdall, the only way we're gonna get that out there is through the people. And that's what I always thought. I never put it like that, but that is how the people hold the key, because the people are the ones encountering them, us. We're not going to get anything from the government. Good morning, Renee. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't alert because I'm still shadow banned. But let's see. Happy Sunday. Happy back in the saddle day for me. Yeah, so like I have an email. If you look on YouTube, it's on my channel page about or whatever. It's there. There's a link to my email if you want to send in something to me. If you even want to be interviewed, like go on video with me on the channel, I'm open for all that. That's how I actually had envisioned it in the first place. But what is it?
The battery?
They're in my bedroom.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're charged, but you can try them. I don't know if Vicky's awake yet.
Well, I'll wait.
Okay.
Okay.
I have mine. I have all my notifications on mute. Okay. Intothefray.com. Sasquatch NorCal. Intothefray.com. Okay. I'll check that out. I hope that stays. If that doesn't stay, can after this video, can you put it in the comments? Because I think everybody would love to see that. Yeah, see, if I was doing this for the views, I would have gave up already. Because I talk about everything. I don't care. I'm an American, and I have the First Amendment right to say whatever. And no entity can shut me up or anyone up. If you're in another country and they can censor you, I'm sorry, but we have rights over here and they shall not be infringed, right? These are unalienable rights that we were born with, not somebody granted to us. God gave us these rights, and the United States recognizes that. Thank you, thank you. Yours is on Wednesday. I'll be praying for you. I'll be praying for you. So I'll never shut up, and they can do whatever they want to me. Yes, I do. I would love that. I want to be on everybody's list that I love stuff. So I'll be praying for you, Renee. That's wonderful, and I hope it goes like mine. Mine's sore right now. I'm still sore. I'm trying not to take pain medication. It's rough. That's right. And weapons. Alan 59 Thomas THOMAS @gmail.com. So ALLEN 59 Thomas THOM. That's my name, Alan Thomas, with a 59 in the middle between Alan and Thomas @gmail.com. Hey, Scott, in the house from Alabama. Bama. So I got a new knife to add to my buck collection. I mean, it's not new. It was given to me by a nephew. I'm gonna make a sheath for this, but it's gonna be I'm gonna make it scout carry. I got it sharp. Woo, baby. Like, it's sharp. I mean, really sharp. What do I have? No time. I have all this time in the world. So this one goes on my new collection. So that's something I wanted to talk about when I'm trying to keep on track. I don't have a lot of time because my back is actually telling me how long I can sit here. But I have the Buck 119. I have this one. This one is, if I read it right, this is the 685, the Buck 685. I'm going to make scout carry. Okay, so that's like horizontal carry like this. Custom sheaths for the 119, the 110, and now the Scout 685 or whatever I said there, and also the 102, the Buck 102. So far I have those knives, and I want to make custom sheaths for my friends, like all you guys. Shipping only. So if you have a 119 that you don't really use because you don't want to mess up the original sheath, or it doesn't have a sheath, or you just want a custom sheath from me, let me know. Okay, so send me an email and tell me that you have a certain sheath that you want. I might be getting myself in trouble here, because I might get like a free sheath. Oh my God, So my really long time viewers, you pay the shipping, I make you a sheath. The 102, buck 102, the 119, 680. Oh, what was it again? 685, then the 110 so far. And I think this one I have this one actually can fit the 679. I know it's backwards. So if you have a 679 or anything that's similar to that, I can make sheaths. So my longtime people, for the people that aren't long time and they're just new, I will still make you a sheath, and it won't be expensive. We're talking like 40 bucks, 40, 50 bucks for a custom sheath. Unless you want a lot of tooling, you know, or it's a huge knife and it takes a lot of leather, that can go up to like 75 bucks. But just for a custom thick, thick, thick leather sheath, that's thick, right? It'll be made out of this thickness of leather. I think I have one here. Let me see. Yeah. Oops. What do I do with my keys? Yeah, I have one. I'll show you. This one I'm selling for $75 for the guy. Oh, it's in the actual knife is in the house for it, but I put this together for his cleaver. I haven't sewn it because I messed up, but this is for a cleaver and $75, right? So all I would have done is sewed this and it would be done. 75 bucks. But there's no tooling, right? I just cut it out, and that's thick. This is good, thick, custom done, hand everything, right? Hand sewn, hand cut out, hand dyed, hand drawn out, custom for that knife. So that's something I want to do. You could tell I'm kind of excited, and I might be biting off way more than I could chew. I'm not really doing it to make a whole bunch of money either. I just want to share. I just want to share. Like, I'm going to share how to do the worms, grow them, and keep them healthy. One of the healthy things that you have to do, nothing can live in its own excrement. Same with worms. They can't live in their own excrement. So if you have them in a closed system, like a box, you can grow them in anything. You can grow them in totes, 5-gallon buckets, 55-gallon drums, whatever you build, a bathtub. I mean, like anything. After they can eat everything in there, they can't live in their own excrement. So you have to clean that out and put in new bedding material, which is food for them. So I'm going to show all that, how to do that on a small scale all the way up to a very large scale, because I'm going to do a pretty good size farm, or worm farm, all the way from like 5-gallon bucket. Actually, I'm going to do it in totes at first. Hey, Bolt Gun, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm all excited. Like, I'm making all these grandiose plans. I'm gonna do this and this and this, and I am going to, and I'm excited. This is something I dream about. Like, I've been dreaming about. This is like before I got hurt by a doctor. Before I got hurt by a doctor. I didn't get in an auto accident. I didn't fall off the curb. I didn't have a birth defect. I went in for a procedure called an angiogram. I was a weightlifter. I was I was an executive at a casino with 300 and something employees. A small casino, but 300 and something employees under me. I ran three different departments. I was over. See, actually, I was my actual job was the marketing director. I worked my way from $8 an hour, making little player club tracking cards. I call them tracking cards. It's almost like your cell phone, they track everything, but player club card, all the way to the manager of that, to the manager of marketing, all the way up to the director of marketing. And then to understand the computer system that you use for those little player cards and to be able to efficiently use everything that it could do, I sent myself to school. I put in my budget, my marketing budget, to send me to the computer school to learn everything about the computer. That way, if my computer broke, I could fix it. And I could fix anything in the system, because a lot of times the guys that you hire in the computer area, they were fresh out of college. They know computer systems, but they didn't know that actual program, that you use. So I learned everything from the ground up. And we were going through, they call them network administrators, but they're over the computer department, all the computers in the casino. And we were going through them like every 6 months. We would lose. We would have to find another one. Because they didn't know how to manage people, they didn't know how to do budgets, or they really didn't know what they were doing with computers. So a lot of times I was acting. So I was the marketing director and then acting network administrator. The same thing with the restaurant. There was 2 restaurants and 2 bars. We would fly through these food and beverage directors like every 3 or 4 months, and we would find out they didn't have the skills, no people skills, or they didn't have the administration skills, or they really didn't know food, how to do menus and figure out costs and all that, or they were just a-holes, right? So we were going through those. So I would be the marketing director, and then I would be acting network administrator for until we found another guy. And the same with the restaurant, I would be acting food and beverage director. Well, after a few years, I was the marketing director and acting network administrator, but they weren't actively pursuing a new network administrator. So it seemed like, I was going to be those two. And then the same thing with the restaurant, or the food and beverage. I was acting food and beverage. So pretty soon I was all three. And they weren't actively looking for a new guy. I ran everything efficiently and profit, and with high, I don't know what you call it, success in managing the people, call-ins, all that. So I was doing really well, and went in for a cool, right on, bro. Right on. I'm looking forward to looking into that. So I went in for this procedure, angiogram, and they blocked the artery. And they told me, we'll see you in 15 years. I was back in 8 days, losing my right leg because there was no blood flow to the leg. It was killing nerves, soft tissue. But that's how I wound up in this position. Was I lost everything. I had a 20-acre ranch that looked over the Central Valley. You could see all the city lights. hot tub on the deck, everything, horses, motorcycles, you name it. I had everything, lots of kids, and taking care of foster kids. I mean, I was trying to do the right thing. And I always felt like, man, the good guy always gets taken out. And I felt like something was trying to take me out, like kill me, and died on the operating table. Only you can't keep a good man down. You just can't keep a good man down. If you want to continue life, go for it. Like, don't. I feel like now I was complaining, right? I'm not complaining. Take lemons and make lemonade. Don't don't just lay down and give up, right? Don't do that. Enjoy life to the fullest that you can. Find out where your limits are and then work to increase that. If that's as far as you can go, go as far as you can go. Enjoy as much as you can. I understand pain. I've been living with it and in fact, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining or whining, okay? But the nerve disease that when this lack of blood flow killed off the nerves in that leg, it caused the thing that you can look up. It's called CRPS. It was called RSD, reflex sympathetic dystrophy. When then they turned it into complex regional pain syndrome. And they have this thing called a pain level chart. The highest pain known is CRPS. It's higher than giving birth. The only pain that was higher than that was having your leg or arm or finger or something like that amputated with no pain med. No, and it's 24 hours a day. It feels like for me it feels like that my right leg is stuck in a 55-gallon drum of burning embers, hot coals, and you stick your leg in there, and it was like that all the time. Still like that. But then adding the sciatica onto it on both sides made it life miserable. But did I stop? No. You see me on Paranormal Central. You see me finding Bigfoot, Monsters and Mysteries in America, pushing the envelope, enjoying life, doing things that I never dreamed I would ever do, even in all that pain, right? Exactly, Scott. The thing is, Felton, I remember that. And I was on a cane. I was popping pain pills like a maniac, but not enough to make me sit there and go, ugh, but enough to take the edge off of the pain to where I could function better than if I didn't. And, but only that, like, if that's as far as I could go, I would be happy still. And I would be doing as much as I could like that. Only when I found out about the technology they have now of the mild procedure and these inspans, not the kind of old school back surgeries that made you worse than before you started. These are actually these latest technologies, then they have a high success rate. Not all of them are successful, but I'm willing to risk. That's right. He did. I talked to him at great length over in Felton. You can tell when somebody's telling the truth. Like when he talked about he shot that Bigfoot in the neck, little baby Bigfoot. Yeah, and I miss Dar. Oh my gosh, that's sad. But don't be too sad. We miss her. We'll see her again. we don't die. Okay, we just leave this part of reality into another very. She's enjoying life more than ever. I'm looking forward to that. Even still, I'm looking forward to that too. But I want to milk as much as I can out of this part of life before I go into that part of life. But we all go there. We all go there. As soon as we're born, we're on our way there, right? Nobody stays here forever, except for the people on Social Security. Right? I heard George Washington's collecting Social Security still. Right? 20 million people over the age of 100 collecting Social Security, all the way up to the age of 300 and something. That would be George Washington, right? George is collecting. Isn't that crazy? What the heck? Right? Can you guys believe what's going on right now? I didn't even think about talking about this, but every day, yeah, 369 years old. Oh my God, dude. Hi, Gladys. What's up? I'm I'm getting goosebumps thinking about where we are. I still think though, okay, garbage in, garbage out. That is so true. Okay, so let me ask you a question. How many of you knew and know, even in your own other countries, not just the United States, that they're ripping you off and have been so that you work to try to like live and take care of your family and have a kind of a decent life, but only they have they have been making that impossible while they pad their own little nest. You know what I mean? Like I would bet money that a lot of this fraud and waste that they're finding in every department, I don't think we've seen the end of it yet, is huger than we think. But I would bet, like these Congress people that get in, like what's her name? AOC. She's a bartender, right? She was a bartender. You know, she had nothing really. Like maybe a new car, maybe, an apartment and some things, but she didn't have a bunch of money in her bank account. She gets a job. They elect her into Congress, 100 and something thousand a year, and within 4 or 5 years she's worth 20 million. How's that happen? I mean, her family might be rich, but not enriching her to $20 million personal wealth. Like somebody die and leave her that? Like, if so, she needs to tell everybody. But she isn't the only one. Every single one of them go in and then they try to never leave. And by the time they leave, they're worth millions and millions of dollars on 150,000, 200,000 a year. And I know that's comfortable living. That's about where I was in the casino industry. You are right, Gladys. And not only that, but some of this money they say is earmarked for here, over here and there and everywhere. It never makes it there. It makes it into their families' bank accounts, right? Their brothers, their mom, their dad. Everybody's living fat off of us. Exactly, Digger, exactly. But that part infuriates me. In fact, I'm looking forward to, and I hope they do, and I say we should be insisting they do, that they really track these people down and make them accountable. Because even if maybe we don't get the money back personally, we will be out of debt in our country. And if they find it tracking into the other governments of other countries, I encourage all those people to hold their feet to the fire. Everyone should be accountable, because that's not right. And this is something that when I was traveling around the world with a camera back in my 20s, late 20s into early 30s, I traveled around to a lot of third world countries and went to seeing the worst places that you ever could imagine living. And when I get over there, I find huge corporations, companies from Holland and the United States and Spain and England, France, they're all over there. They have huge, they're over there taking the diamonds and the gold and the chocolate, any resources, right? Big, huge, beautiful manufacturing, enclosed enclosed housing areas, resorts, and they just rape those countries' resources and don't put anything back. These people don't have running water, they don't have electricity, they have disease running rampant, and they don't put anything back. They actually could have everything any other first world country would have because they have diamonds and gold and resources, lumber, on and on. And they could have everything we have. But these same people that won't build the infrastructure and resources over there, put it back, help the people over there, ripping us off over here too. So not only are they doing that, now we find out they're also ripping us off, taking our wealth, putting us in debt even, right? So they take all the money and they loan a little bit of money to the government. They create a war. Then the government uses up all the resources. Then they say, oh, well, the same people that created the war, and they also make the war machines, say, hey, we'll bail you out. And then they loan them the money, and then forever you're in debt, and that country's in debt, and then then your people that you elect to help to take care of you and be the voice of you in the government, they take money from them and say, hey, you vote like this, we'll just keep these people like this, and you'll be very wealthy, your family will be set up. I mean, I could go on and on about this. It pisses me off to no end, and it did ever since my 20s. And all I was knowing was about what they were doing to the other countries. There was no reason they didn't have plumbing, running water, clean water, and all that. They should have all that. I mean, they probably, they're out there working. In some places, they lived at the mine in little shanty shacks and barely made anything. And you go out there, and this is a beautiful, they have big old heavy equipment. All the people that work for the company and that they bring in to run the company, they're living in big old houses, and they have cars, they have electricity, they have everything. But just outside the gate, they're living in little shacks. I could go on and on about that, and I won't, but now we're finding out. Now we're finding out what else are they doing? What else are they doing, right? They're taking us, they keep us in debt, taking over 50% of our paycheck before we even see it. You work and work and work, and you get, I think it's like 55% is taken out of your check before you even see that. I mean, especially like when you buy gas and they tax it, everything is taxed. Real estate tax, death tax, tax. Man, I'm loving that this is coming to light. And as a people, we should be pissed. And we should be demanding they find these people and hold their feet to the fire. If you don't pay your taxes, what do they do to you? That should go the other way too. Right? If they're robbing everybody and playing the system and then snuffing out anybody that might talk about it, they need to be held accountable. And that should be a number one priority. And I'm loving that what I thought for years, when I was in the casino industry, I learned You might not like somebody. There's a lot of people that I worked with in the upper echelon, like other directors, casino managers, chief financial officers. I hated those the most, right? The accountants. They're always trying to like limit my budget and not let me give pay raises to people that deserve pay raises and on, right? I might not love those people or like them or could hardly stand them, but they're good at what they do. They're good at what they do. They might hate me, but they'll work with me because I'm good at what I do. Personally, we don't hang out. We don't have anything in common. We won't be friends. We even tell each other F off, right? And I don't like you and I never will like you, but they're not going to get rid of you because you're good at what you do. And it takes a team of people to do things, and it takes somebody that has the knowledge and the cojones to get up there and do it. We always needed, I always thought, the United States is the biggest business in the world. Why did we hire a professional politician that has no business skills whatsoever to be the head of the largest business in the world? Why do we do that? I always wondered that. Like, there was people that I knew in the casino industry, Trump being one of them, billionaire, doesn't need the money, but he needs a good United States, right? If the United States goes down, so does Trump. So does Elon. The United States goes down, they go with it. We need people like that. We might hate their guts, but they have the same goal as we do. Right? Personally, we'll never have anything in common, but we need somebody that has the skills to do the job and do it right. And now they're uncovering all this shit. We need somebody like who just became the FBI director to go track him down. And they could say, "Oh, don't go track him down, you're just getting revenge." Damn straight. Wouldn't they get revenge on us if we didn't pay our taxes? Don't pay your taxes and see what happens to you. They should be held accountable. It's a two-way street. I am too. CFOs, I have a lot of respect for CFOs. That's a hard job. Doesn't mean I have to like the person doing the job, but if they do the job correctly, more power to them, right? We can agree to disagree on things, but we're not gonna scrap everything. Yeah, I agree, Gladys. I agree. So yeah, I'm thrilled. We finally have the talent where it needs to be at. And I'm actually giddy about all of it. Like, go. Like, I put a picture on my Facebook wall. It says they went down in the Fort Knox, right? They went down in there, and this is what they found, and I have a picture of a big old giant shelf of eggs, right? I mean, that's what we're facing, right? Like, they have all the gold and we get the eggs, and then they make us pay through the nose for it, right? Yeah. You would be in jail, they would take everything you own, and they would make your relatives pay it back still, right? Once you owe, you owe. Yeah. Yeah, there's my mom. She's in and out. I can hear them mowing. They've migrated to the backyard now. I have a huge backyard. I have like a third of an acre that I live on, about a third of an acre. And it's huge, way more than I can handle. That's why I'm going to do the earthworm farm and some gardens and stuff. I can't do everything, But if you can manage people, that's the key. If you're a manager, then you manage, right? You manage. You do what you can, and then what you can't do, you get people to do for you, and you manage the project. And that's what I'm doing in essence here is I'm setting some goals and I'm getting everybody enthusiastic about what in the future could lead to, right? And give everybody a vision and motivating and rewarding them and watching it all come together. I love when a plan comes together, right? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing over here. But you guys, it's good to be back. I can't sit here much longer. Sorry about that. It'll increase though. The time will increase. I can barely sit here right now. But it is so fun to hang out with you guys, man. You guys really have kept me going. Even the few people that YouTube let me have left. Like I was telling somebody the other day, another YouTuber, I'm like, I have almost 9,000 subscribers, and I was encouraging them to keep doing what they're doing because if YouTube will allow you to get in front of people, you can grow a channel. Anyone, you guys, all you could grow a channel easily. There, out of the 300 or the millions of people in the world, there's at least a quarter of a million easy that would just like you and identify with you, no matter who you are. No matter who you are, you can say anything you want, and they'll hang out with you. They'll love to hang out with you. The hard part is the algorithm. Like if they decide that you're not going to go anywhere and they're not going to show you to anyone, you're not going to get in front of people. But I encourage everyone, if you have a dream, go for it. It could be whether it be YouTube or whatever it is, go for it. Go as far as you can. It'll be better than where you are. There is no limit. No limit. You know, you can achieve anything you want. You know, and people say, yeah, no, you know. No. When I was young, I traveled all over the world with a camera. Everything I set myself to do, I did. Now, I didn't do as far as what I dreamed I would do, but I went way further than where I was. Way further. I didn't know I was going to go all over the world with a camera and experience the world. When I didn't know that I could push myself all the way up into the higher parts of the casino management. It was a challenge. I love challenges. Dream big and go as far as you can. You'll be a lot more happier than if you just take the status quo. Right? I had when I got hurt and I lost everything, and then I found all the Bigfoot guys here and started hanging out with them. I didn't know that we would be on Finding Bigfoot and Monsters and Mysteries in America and do what I'm doing right now. I had no idea, but I push it, right? I push the boundaries. That's the main key right there. Jesus is the reason for everything, that you breathe, that you can see. Everything that's life. He is our life. He gave us the spark that even brought us into this world. Without him, none of this is possible. Well, guys, I might as well kick my soapbox off to the curb, and I just want you to know, you guys kept me through a lot of insanity that I was going through in life, and I didn't want to let anybody down, even though I was letting my own self down in a lot of ways. I would set my goals too high, but I didn't give up, and I'm still not giving up. And I'm gonna be back in the saddle. That's where I'm at, back in the saddle, and we're gonna go do some things together. All right. You guys have a great Sunday. I love every single one of you. I pray in Jesus' name you be blessed abundantly in every area of your life, except this healing in every part of your body. I pray finances miraculously grow where there never was anymore. I pray the Lord go before you and open doors and line up your path, and that you find success everywhere you go. In Jesus' name. Be blessed, you guys. Be blessed. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you pretty soon.